and I've been doing, and that's who I am. If I'm going to date somebody and they don't appreciate the fact that I do something like that, or like what I do, then I can't date them because of the fact that, they're not accepting of who I am as a person. Whether they participate in it or not, I still need them to know specific things about me. And that's like, kind of like what I'm getting at. So this new relationship Mistress has is very healthy and happy, and starts out all on the right feet. Why? Because, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to lie to your significant or potential significant other about your life or any of that stuff. So, and I'm very, very happy, actually. I have a lot of good things coming for me. The network is growing. Of course, at Exotica, Mistress is going to be trying to network with people. So if you see me at Exotica and you're listening to the show or you're interacting with me on Instagram, like today I got a couple of people telling me they're going to come meet me at Exotica. They want to take some photos with me. I love taking photos. Matter of fact, I'm very photogenic. Ask the photographer today. I know the photographer on a personal level, so it was kind of funny. We were like giggling and laughing. Like he was making me laugh during the shoot. So some of the photos I was like laughing in some of them. He said he would send them to me anyway, but he wanted the ones that were more stern, like, strict Mistress style, like those. So, yeah. It's funny, he kept asking me to make a pose about, like, I'm very unhappy with somebody and I want to, like, kick their ass. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. Like, Doms don't do that. Doms look at their submissive in a stern manner without threatening them. Like, the guy had it all wrong. That's probably his interpretation of being a dominant, being more forceful and more aggressive. And, there's ways to dominate somebody without being rude about it. Like, I don't know, I kind of have a way with words sometimes. So for me, it's kind of nice to have somebody like say, oh, why are you not being so aggressive? Well, my whole thing is that whole saying, you get more bees with honey, right? So, or you attract more bees with honey. So think about this. Most of my life, I've heard of doms and subs, like, in people, like parties, or even online for that matter. Submissives will email me asking me about, the dominance behavior. Well, it's not so much a dominance behavior, but I guess maybe this does apply to both. People in the lifestyle, right? When they hear a submissive is looking to be in the good graces of a dominant, and they keep emailing the dom over and over again, or they keep harassing them is a good way to make it, or making a pest out of themselves, as Mistress likes to address it as. So if one is to make a pest out of themselves, right, they would harass the Mistress relentlessly to be in her good graces. And, like, for instance, today on Instagram, I have been on my Mistress Instagram, but I have been posting, like, a little irregularly on there. Been kind of working a lot, number one, and two, a little busy with my new love over here. And, not that Mistress took a back burner, but I'm trying to get my life a little situated, so I want to have my regular life as well as my BDSM life. And now I'm not living two lives, but making time for both in my life now that I have a great relationship with this guy that I'm, like, madly in love with. And, of course, he's madly in love with me, too, so it's even cooler. Oh, and the other thing is, last week on last week's show, I was talking a little bit about cougars and pumas and manthers, right? So earlier today, somebody that I work with had I won't say who it was, somebody I work with had said, oh, we have somebody working here that could really help you in this situation. So it was in my office, and there was this young fella, and he was patient. I've known this young fella for eons. And he tells me, oh, I have this girlfriend or this lady that I'm interested in. And I said, well, how old is she? And he's like, oh, she's 40. The kid was like 20. So I said to him, well, I have some good advice for you. I said, I can definitely help you in this department, being as I am 47 and my boyfriend is like 27. So, I get it. 20-year difference. As I say before, age is just a number. So it's kind of interesting. There's a group on FetLife, the Cougars in Femdom. So actually I had joined this group recently because one of my friends on FetLife who knows about my relationship now thought it would be a good idea for me to join this like Cougars group. So I joined the group and I make a welcome post, like an introduction. And what do you know? A lot of people loved my story. They were like, holy moly, that is awesome. I said, my guy is not in the lifestyle, but is very accepting as I am. He is 20 years younger than me. He is very respectful. He's lovable. He's kind. And he treats people like human beings. And he is not a narcissist. This is what I had wrote. I said, and we just get along fantastically. And I believe at some point, maybe, I don't know, astrologically speaking, but my guy and mine and his zodiacs are pretty good together. They said it's a really high love compatibility. So it's like a fiery, explosive relationship, which it's been, actually, I have to say. So Mistress is pretty satisfied, actually. I was telling a mutual friend who actually met this guy, Mistress's friend, this guy, I won't say his name, but he's into cars too. And he basically told me the other day, he's like, I think it's great that you finally found somebody like that. He goes, and it's great because he's not into BDSM, so this way you can have like your regular life as well as, go and do the other things too. And after my last few relationships that I had with dating submissives, I have decided that for my next relationship, I was not going to date any submissives. To me, I cannot and will not have a sub top from the goddamn bottom and think they can get away with murder because they're fucking me, okay? So, with that being said, I have decided that I do not want to date any more submissives, and I'm no longer dating a submissive. Now, will I play with subs? Yay and nay, depending on who they are and if I can trust them, okay? People, of course, are not who they say they are anyway. They say wolves in sheep's clothing. I mean, maybe that was like an inappropriate term for that, but it was definitely like on the plethora of subject that I was thinking while I had just blurted it out of nowhere. So, kind of an interesting food for thought. But yeah, my younger guy is great. He's respectable. He's very pleasant. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body, this guy. And, he may be, people have made comments, oh, he's shorter than you. Yes, so what? I like my guys shorter than me. Do you know why? Because I'm superior and I reign supreme. That's why. I want my guys a little smaller than me. I like that. I like to be like, I don't know, it's just me. I like to be bigger than my guy. I find that when you have guys bigger than you, they tend to be more chauvinistic and more douchebag type. Honestly, I think the shorter, smaller, regular guys are pretty damn nice. I've never met a nasty short guy in my entire life. I really have to tell you that. So that's kind of a plus, And it's great. I mean, look, I think the relationship I have now is fantastic. I could not be any more happier. And people who know me pretty well even said that I sound much happier, which is amazing. So, my guy, if you're listening to me, Mistress loves you very much. Immensely. So, kind of interesting, though, because when Rita comes on the network with her show, In the Cougar Zone, I want to see if I can get him to come on the show with me. If not, I'll go on by myself and talk to Rita all about being a cougar femdom And see, but I'm not really a cougar femdom because I'm just a cougar. Because a femdom would be I'm dominating him, and I'm not dominating him. If I had a younger submissive, maybe I would be a cougar femdom. But I'm not really looking to play with younger guys. I have my slave Paula, who I've had for the past 15 years. Excuse me. And I seem to be pretty satisfied with Paula, so that's a plus. Hopefully Paula will come and see me soon. I know she's been a little busy taking care of family things. But interesting enough, in that retrospect again. But it's kind of funny. Like I said, I was on FetLife for a little while today. And it's kind of interesting to see people that I haven't seen on there in a long time. Like this one guy, Tech99. He's pretty hilarious. I actually met him in person back in, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago now. And he always has these funny memes on his FetLife profile. It's kind of funny. You would think that some people wouldn't put memes on FetLife, but they really do. So it's kind of interesting. Hold on, I just want to get up a second. I want to go over here and grab my phone. Let's see if it's charged. So, But yeah, I wanted to look at some things and read some emails from from people who send me emails about kinky stuff. Oh, let's see. I think we're getting a call. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Candy?
Oh, is this Randy? How are you, Randy?
Okay, and you?
I'm fantastic. I'm doing my show live tonight for the first time in a couple of weeks. I've been a little hectically crazy. I've been busy working constantly. Plus, I have a new love of my life, so I've been busy with him. And, but I'm getting ready, of course, to go to EXXXOTICA in 2 weeks, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm glad you're happy.
Yes. But I'm going to have to come on Rita's show when Rita comes on the network, because Randy, I'm now considered a cougar. No, listen to this. My new guy is 26, almost 27 years old. And Mistress is 47. No, you're silent.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Look, well, listen, I just tell everyone he's 27 anyway, because he's turning 27 in December. So it's not like it's too far off, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have to say, he's pretty hot. He's got long hair. He's into metal music like me. We actually went to go see the Prong concert last Saturday night, which is a heavy metal thrash band that Mistress is friends with the lead singer, Tommy Victor, and his wife was there also. And I also saw Jason Christopher, the bass player, there. And the drummer, I don't remember who they have. They keep swapping drummers. But anyway, the guy looked kind of familiar, the drummer, so... I think he was a local Patchogue guy, and that's where the concert was in 89 North in Patchogue. So my boyfriend and I went to the show, and he never saw them before, but heard about them. And let me tell you, he was completely mesmerized by them. He was like, holy shit, they're fucking awesome. So he then I get him to meet the singer, and the singer tells him, he goes, oh, I've heard so much about you from your girlfriend over here. He goes, and my wife, and he goes, it's a pleasure to meet you in person. So they took some photos, and then, of course, he went home and told all of his friends and family, and they were like, oh my God. So it's pretty cool, So he's... He's pretty good for me, actually. Keeps me kind of on the straight and narrow. He knows that I'm a dominatrix. He knows that I do phone and cam work and doesn't care. He actually finds it to be pretty hot, to tell you the truth. And he is no way, any shape or form jealous over my guy friends. So that's great. It's a win-win. So I went on a couple of dates with him. we were talking on the phone for like a month, doing a lot of video calls and phone calls, kind